End of life. The FreeBSD 14.3 security cliff. FreeBSD 14.3 reaches end of life on June 30, 2025, forcing administrators to execute an urgent upgrade or accept a complete cessation of all security patches. The impending end of support for FreeBSD 14.3 on June 30, 2025 creates a critical window for system administrators and organizations relying on this point release.
After that date, the FreeBSD security team will cease issuing updates for 14.3, leaving any system still running it exposed to all future vulnerabilities discovered in the base system or the ports collection. With the release of FreeBSD 14.4 on June 10, 2025, a clearly supported upgrade path exists, yet the short notice, barely 20 days from the announcement to the EOL deadline, demands immediate action.
The confluence of a new point release and an abruptly expiring support lifecycle forces a binary choice to migrate to 14.4, 15.0 or 15.1 or assume the risk of operating an unmaintained production kernel susceptible to zero-day exploits.
The FreeBSD lifecycle, a predictable but inflexible clock. Understanding the FreeBSD release cadence and security policy is essential to grasp why missing the 14.3 cutoff exposes infrastructure to preventable systemic risk. FreeBSD's branch-based release model assigns each major version
E14X a defined end-of-life schedule, typically 2 to 3 years after the first point release, but individual point releases like 14.3 are supported only until the next point release here, 14.4 shits plus a brief overlap.
The official security officer team maintains a strict policy. Once a branch reaches EOL, no further errata patches are produced for either the kernel or userland, and the PKG repository ceases generating updated binary packages. Historically, this rigidity has forced organizations to treat upgrade planning as a recurring operational mandate rather than an optional maintenance task.
The current environment, with 14.4 supported until December 31, 2026, and the new 15X series, offering even longer windows, highlights a widening gap between releases, making the decision to stay on legacy code increasingly untenable for any security-conscious deployment.
The upgrade calculus, cost of migration vs. cost of inaction. Running FreeBSD 14.3 past June 30 means assuming all future common vulnerabilities and exposures CVES will remain unmitigated, a risk that dwarfs the operational cost of a planned upgrade.
The strategic trade-off is stark. A major version upgrade from 14.3 to 15.0 involves careful testing of third-party applications, kernel modules, and jail configurations, potentially requiring downtime and rollback planning.
Yet the alternative, remaining on 14.3, exposes the entire stack to every new security advisory for the kernel, networking stacked and bundled utilities. Critical components such as OpenSSH, PF firewall, and ZFS receive updates exclusively via the FreeBSD updater or source recompilation, both of which cease for the EOL branch.
Furthermore, the PKG repository for 14.3 will stop receiving updated binary packages, leaving all installed ports vulnerable unless the administrator manually compiles from source a labor-intensive workaround. With 14.4 and 15,
X branches actively maintained, the logical path is to target 14.4 for minimal disruption, accepting a moderate, one-time migration effort in exchange for over a year of continued security coverage.
The verdict: system integrity demands immediate action. Any organization still running FreeBSD 14.3 must execute an upgrade to 14.4 15X before June 30, 2025 to maintain a secure, compliant operational posture.
The projected consequences of ignoring the EOL warning include a rapid accumulation of unpatched vulnerabilities, eventual audit failures, and potential regulatory sanctions for environments subject to PCI DSS or HIPAA compliance. Beyond security, stability regressions introduced by newly discovered bugs will go unfixed, increasing the mean time to failure MTTF for critical services.
Strategic next steps should include an immediate inventory of all 14.3 systems, a staged upgrade to 14.4 using FreeBSD upgrade for base system updates, and a parallel verification of third-party application compatibility. For long-term resilience, migrating to the
15.X branch offers the longest support horizon, with 15.1 supported until March 31, 2027, reducing the frequency of future emergency upgrades. Inaction is not a viable strategy. The window closes on June 30,